in this other episode that is coming to deal with the friends that betrayed each other. Now, if you have ever been around and you can remember very well the days of the Great Exposure, we have three friends that were really walking on one by one and side by side. And this is Solomon IZANG, J. Israel, and his other friend, Tinashe, that they call Proff X. These three, they really worked together in the exposure business, the exposure game, and they really did a lot of work. I don't know what is about friendship lately of this generation, is that they do some things together, game together, and then after all, betray each other and everybody goes his own way. That's the same case with these three friends, Solomon, J. Israel, and Tinashe, Proff X. And then at one point they joined up with Solomon IZANG, this J. Israel, and continued with the exposure. They later on parted ways. Lately, Jay's friend Tinashe is kind of exposing both of them, Jay and Solomon. I don't know what happened, but I suspect there was a misunderstanding between the three of them. So these guys have split, or if not, it's a game of social media, so that somebody could acquire money and then they subdivide this money to all other people. Maybe that would be the game they are trying to play, so that we can fool each other and then they continue making money. As they actually manage one page in Facebook called The Ugly Truth. And this ugly truth was caught up with some other scandals of money laundering kind of tricks. And then they started blame game in between the three of them. And something happened. So I think even their breakage in this kind of friendship must have come from that same place. So they manipulated the page, and people accessed it and discovered there are some other fishy things that were going on in that phase. So they started the blame game and the shift and all these things, all like trying to scheme on to other person should be held responsible on this kind, etc. news.
Hello, good people. This is your boy Proff X. Okay, listen. The reason why I'm screen recording this video is to illustrate and demonstrate to you who really Solomon Ashoms is. He is not the holier than thou brother that he has made you people believe. He is a con artist. Con with the capital letter C. Okay, I'm recording this video in real time. Today is the 21st of September. My time is 18:20. Let's get into it before I waste much of your time. I'm going to take you direct to Facebook. Here we are on Facebook. This is my profile. Oh, that's a funny post from my brother, Brilliant Ponko, about the iPhone 13 Pro, but it's not really what you want to look at the moment. So I want you to go on the top right corner of your mobile device. If it's an Android, I hope it does have this icon, but if it's an iPhone, I'm not so sure how you able people operate those gadgets. But if you go on the top right corner here, what we're trying to establish here is how is Solomon Ashoms related to Ugly Truth, and how he manipulated evidence and information to make it look like he was not part of it. And we are going to establish the reasons why he did it so that he can cover his ASS. So let's go on the top right corner here. So the only way to get to the post that he posted denying being part of Ugly Truth is by typing here Solomon, and then we just put Solomon IZANG Ashoms, and then we just put Ugly Truth at the end. The reason why we're doing this is so that the Facebook search engine can take us direct to any post that Solomon ever posted, which has anything to do with Ugly Truth. And there we are. On the 2nd of October 2020, Solomon, Mr. Solomon Ashoms, he posted this post, and on this post, He was trying so hard. When I mean so hard, is so hard to distance himself from ugly truth, to distance himself from the extortion charges that were being laid on the page Ugly Truth. But hear from me right now and today, Solomon and J. Israel were working together on Ugly Truth. Solomon was actually made an admin. I'm not so sure about how far they went with extorting money from pastors or threatening pastors with the page. But here is the evidence that I'm going to prove to you that Solomon Ashoms, the 419 journalist from Nigeria, he was part of Ugly Truth until he had a fight with J. Israel. That's when J. Israel logged him out and dismissed him as an admin. And after he was dismissed, that's when he went to create this post. And this post was meant to make him look like he's clean. So if you read this post, you can pause this video and read through everything that he said on this post. He removed himself and implicated myself and called me a cyber criminal, and all the funny things that he thought he could paint me, which I never took personal. But it is what it is. So on this post, what I want you to pay more attention to is the link that he manipulated, the PayPal link that he created, that he authored himself so that he can paint me black and also paint Jay black so that it looks like me and Jay are the ones that are running the page. Yet it was him and Jay. So I want us to click on this link and see where this link takes us. And it's supposed to take us where it should take us, or where he wants it to take us. So I've clicked it, and the link indeed, it takes us to the PayPal, donate, and contribute to Back to Christ partnership. This PayPal page was manipulated. It was created by Solomon himself so that he can make Ugly Truth relate to the Back to Christ movement, so that he can he can put Ugly Truth and J. Israel in one box. And he knew that by putting Ugly Truth and J. Israel in one box, automatically Prof X becomes part of it as well. But forget about all the information that he manipulated here. It's not important. Where I want you to focus at is at the bottom. At the bottom, it's written cancel and return to Ugly Truth. Remember, this page was created about a year ago. So we want to click on this bottom caption here and see where it takes us. Here we go. I'm clicking it. There I am. I just clicked it. It's loading. There it goes. There it goes. I'm waiting. Oh, there we are. It has linked us to J. Israel's School of Soul Winning page. And on J. Israel's School of Soul Winning page, coming from the Ugly Truth PayPal donation. Oh, I already know what you're thinking. J. Israel was also alone on this thing. No, he was not alone. They were working together. Why am I saying they were working together? Pay attention, people. At this stage is where we demonstrate how 419 is done. If you look at this page, it's J. Israel platform. So if you just ended on this page when he was doing his exposure and demonstrations, you could possibly never have had known. And he was so dumb. Here is where he made the biggest mistake of his life. When you choose to do these things, you must be able to cover your tracks. You must be able, you must be, he put so much content that makes him immune and that makes him look like he's clean. But on this page, that's where we get to discover that Solomon is indeed a 419. So he forgot to do one critical thing, one very important thing, that was to delete the backlinks to his profile, to delete the links that connects him to all this scandal. So if we click on this greeny, you see this green roundy icon, which is captioned to make a pledge. Please click here. Okay, people, let's click here and see where it takes us. I'm gonna click it right now. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading as we wait. There it is. On the page of the 419 himself.
So they all are now exposing each other. And the art of exposing each other has brought them into loggerheads. And they are now exposing one person after another, one person after another. Today, just today, I just want us to highlight on this, the friend of J. Israel, because Tinashe, Prof X, was brought into limelight of the friendship by J. Israel. Now, this friend of J. Israel is exposing Solomon, IZANG.